You either get friend zone, meaning, okay, we tried, it didn't work, so now we just kicking it. You my partner. You know what I'm saying? And that genuinely ends all romantic intentions between the two of you, or at least it should. Sometimes it don't. Sometimes one of the other two people will still be plotting, or you become girlfriend and boyfriend. So my question is, with Charlotte telling me something, I don't know, maybe yes. If it is maybe yes, then that means they are moving towards the girlfriend phase, not back towards the friend zone phase. And then Mayana says, so she's like your partner and already a part of your life. like But all right, let me get into this. Alright, so I'm gonna start this from the jump.
คำถามอยากรู้ด้วยตัวเองเลยเนาะวันนี้อยู่กับพี่ฟ้ามามันมากกว่าปีอ่ะความรู้สึกอ่ะ
So you've been with P5 for more than a year. Are your feelings still the same? Now, I would like to also state for the record, if you pay attention to the way Charlotte looks throughout this questioning or this interview, I will say this. That whilst I do believe that they were all up in her business, I do think that because Charlotte was with Piana, I think that she was comfortable enough to answer these questions as honestly as she did, which is why she did do it. But you can tell that when she did start to get a little uncomfortable, that's when Anna kind of stepped in, and that's when she was like, you know, you don't even gotta explain. We can just look at your behavior and tell what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do think that I take what she's saying. I do take what she's saying honestly, but I also take it with a grain of salt because, like I said, from different things that we've seen build up over the last few months, you know, it's hard to believe that, you know, they're just back in Thailand living these completely separate lives, not communicating, not talking. But it's also possible that they could be. We don't know. I don't know. You don't know.
อันนี้ต้องตีความรู้สึกในพาร์ทของการทำงานหรือว่า
She said the feelings when we work together or the feelings like our personal life. See, now even Charlotte, so Charlotte was the one, because Charlotte could have just answered that joint professionally, but she was the one that sought clarification and said, do you want me to talk about our work life or do you want me to talk about personal life, like normal together in normal life?
ในความเป็นส่วนตัว
And of course, Mayana said, I want to talk about your personal life.
แบบว่าในความเป็นส่วนตัวเลยเนาะจากที่รู้จักพี่ฟ้ามาตั้งแต่วันนั้นน่ะตั้งแต่เขาเป็นมิสแกรนด์กรุงเทพเรามิสแกรนด์ชุมพรน่ะจนถึงวันนี้อิงฟ้าชาลอตอ่ะพี่อยากรู้แค่ว่าวันนี้เรายังรู้สึกเหมือนเดิมวันแรกหรือว่าวันนี้เรารู้สึกมากขึ้นหรือรู้สึกน้อยลง
or something less
ตอบแบบตามที่เราโอเคนะ
and I like that Anna I like that Anna came in and said you can answer as long as you feel okay. See, that again was super important. I think that's the reason why we got the answers from Charlotte that we got, was because she feels very, very, very comfortable in having this conversation because this is a safe space for her. I will say this, and somebody else brought this up. The fact that Charlotte shared any of this, just like with the May 4th live, I think you guys have to understand, when they were in the midst of going through all the shaky shit, they weren't sharing anything. They were just friends. They were just sisters. There was no chance. There was I tried and all this other stuff. Now that they are in what we consider a stable place, what they labeled a stable place, and what they people were later on asking, they say, is it stable now? Is it stable now? Like, they are clearly in a space where they're not afraid of voicing their feelings about each other because they're not afraid of external opinions, and they're also not afraid of third-party interference, meaning they know that they can speak and say, hey, we're not necessarily in a relationship, but that don't mean that anybody can just come along and start knocking on either of our doors and being like, hey, can I come in? Am I invited to the party? No, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that they are in a very secure and a very exclusive place. But again, it is still a place where, and I've said this and I continue to say this, they have not put a label on it because it allows them both a freedom that for now they both appreciate in reference to how they can balance their work-life balance, you know, their work and personal life balance. That's just my opinion, though. Emily, Englot motion sickness medicine fund. Emily, you said no, it's not them. When I tell you I'm trying to tell y'all, if you're paying attention, I don't have motion sickness. I did a little bit in the beginning because I was riding the ebbs and flows with everybody else, but I realized this. If you just pay attention to, if you pay attention to the pattern, you realize they do this. And don't, when they dip, you don't dip. You just know that they're going to come back up because that's what they always do. That's a part of the pattern. So you just keep that shit even keel. I keep my shit even keel. So when it looks like the fandom is doing, or like Englot is doing this, it's really not Englot. It's the fandom. Because when everybody thought that they were sulking at each other in the U.S., that's not what was going on. We saw some behind the scenes where we could clearly see they were sitting next to each other, but Charlotte just did not want to be in the camera anymore. She was just over that shit. So, personally, I don't think that Englot is as rocky a ship as everybody thinks that it is. I don't think that they are. I think that it's the fandom responding to Engfa and Charlotte not living up to their expectations. That's what I think it is. I feel more comfortable having deep conversations with her. So here, she says, I feel like we didn't have much conversations in the beginning because I still didn't know how much I could trust this person. So she's basically saying, like, they had conversations. So, and this is good. So she's basically saying, like, they had conversations, you know, when, you know, when the contest first started, you know what I'm saying? Like, when they were roommates, they had conversations, but she's saying that they weren't deep conversations, or they didn't have a lot of conversation because she felt she couldn't trust Fa. Now, I hear what she's saying here, but the problem when your words, all of your words are recorded as much as Charlotte's and Fa's are, is that we also have her on tape or on video saying that her and Fa had deep conversations together, and that's when they got really, really close, was when they were roommates in the beginning. So it's like either you had deep conversations or you didn't. There may be certain subjects you didn't touch on, but you did have deep conversations. This is why I say sometimes I think it can be very confusing for certain people if you take everything they say, because a lot of what they say contradicts a lot of what they've said in the past. So you just got to learn how to kind of like pull out the shit that's consistent and then compare that with the behavior and use that as your thesis or as your as your thesis moving forward with what you think their relationship is. See, and this is that's Charlotte being, you know, just a little insecure. She's saying the reason why I also didn't talk that much is because I kept talking about my own. She was like, I was wondering, was I talking about my own life too much? Maybe she didn't want to know about it or something like that. So Fa's very interested in her life. Nowadays we have had more chances to spend time together and have known more about each other's personal life. We have more deep conversations. For example, when we went to the US, we also had deep conversations. So I think that this part is important because she said, this is not me nitpicking. I swear I'm not trying to nitpick. This is just me overthinking and overanalyzing. This is what I do. This is what y'all come here for. Mental gymnastics. Look, I think she means relationship between the two of them and not in general. Nikki, you will be saving this live. Yes, I will be saving this live. We need to filter out the stuff that makes sense. Look. So I think it's very interesting. She said right here, she said we have more deep conversations. She said we've been spending a lot more time together, and we have. Matter of fact, let me just back it up a little bit so that way you can see exactly what she said. And this was translated by Zubzone, so y'all already know y'all can trust it. So it says nowadays we have had more chances to spend time together and have known more about each other's personal life. Now, when she first said that, the first time I saw that and I read that, I thought she was specifically talking about the U.S., but then she goes on to say something that proves that she was not talking about the U.S. She was talking about back home in Thailand, okay? She said, we've had time to spend more, so they've been spending more. So even before they came to the U.S., they were already spending more time together and getting to know each other on a more personal or more intimate level. She said, we now have more deep conversations. For example, when we went to the U.S., we also had deep conversations all the time before we went to sleep. That we also part implies that they had deep conversations back home in Thailand. They were getting to know each other back home in Thailand. They were spending personal time together in Thailand, as well as when they got to the U.S., we also had deep conversations all the time before we went to sleep. I don't know. Does that not contradict her first? Does that not contradict the statement, we don't talk a lot when we at home? This is what I'm saying. I just think sometimes they forget. I don't know. Sometimes it just seems like sometimes they forget the narrative, and we get moments where you go like, did you mean to say that? Do you realize what you even said? And then it's like they come back and try to clear it up, and then all it does is leave the people watching the interview or the live or whatever just like mad confused, looking like we was looking at the end of Show Me Love.
ว่าก่อนนอน
She said, see, I don't know if I should call it deep. We were just talking more in detail. They were talking more specifics about the future. Not about their future together, but just about the future in general, like what they both want as individuals out of life. Which, in order to even begin to build something together, you have to understand what you want individually. Like, Charlotte has to express what she wants as an individual. Fa has to express what she wants as an individual. Then you got to see, can we build that together in a kingdom, or should we build our kingdom separately and then just draw a bridge? You know what I'm saying? Like,
ไม่ได้คุยอนาคตกันเลยเหรอทำไมนู้นน่ะ
ไม่ได้หมายถึงอนาคตแบบอย่างนี้
คืออนาคตของฉันจะเป็นแบบนี้นะคนจะเป็นยังไง
Exactly.
หนูก็มีถามหนูก็อยากรู้เหมือนกันเพราะว่าหนูก็เขา
I also asked her because I want to know. So we asked each other. So she also was asking about Fa's future and about Fa's future plans because she said, I just want to know. Like, I want to know what you want out of life. And again, these are all conversations that people have whilst they are in the talking phase. Again, another reason why they probably can't necessarily put a label on it. In America, we call it talking, we call it kicking, and we call it cupcaking. We have a whole bunch of different colloquialisms for it. But perhaps in Thailand and in a lot of other Asian cultures, you may only have courting, dating, engaged, and married. You know what I'm saying? So if it's anything that doesn't necessarily fit inside of those four categories, or what you would consider those four categories, then maybe you just don't know how to define it. Or like I said, maybe they have already defined it and they just not telling us. Either way. Bye, Saroya. Yeah, I'm about to end it. I'll probably be done by 2 o'clock for sure. I'll probably be done by 2 o'clock. Nikki, are you still on? Thank you. Yes, I am. Exactly. Situationships.
คือเราก็อยากรู้ความชัดเจนจากทางนั้นเนาะว่าเขาชัดเจนกับเราแค่ไหนล้อเล่น
Oh, wait. That I like. Hold on. You see how May Anna slid that in there? Say, I also wanted to know. Charlotte said I also asked her because I want to know. So we asked each other, and May Anna said, so you wanted to be clear how serious she is about you. Look at Charlotte's response.
ทางนั้นเนาะว่าเขาชัดเจนกับเราแค่ไหนล้อเล่น
She didn't deny it. She did not deny it, but she did do this. She didn't deny it. She didn't do this, but she did this, which implies May Anna basically she took what Charlotte said and regardless of whether or not Charlotte intended it to be that, she made it work. Basically, she's like, "Oh, you just gonna make it be that, huh? You just gonna make it be that." That's what Charlotte was basically implying. But she did not necessarily disagree. She didn't necessarily disagree. Oh, Kia just gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Y'all are just so y'all are just giving today. I appreciate y'all. So I feel more comfortable to trust and rely on her more when I'm with her. What did I tell y'all? The both of them need? I told y'all they both needed one thing from each other before Charlotte posted that picture. And you know what picture I'm talking about. Don't play with me. The reason why this picture, I will always defer back to this picture. The reason why this picture is what it is and what it represents to me as far as like a stage in their relationship was, it was the first time Charlotte was bold enough to basically state that she don't care what nobody got to say. She gonna be with who she wanna be, and she put that I ain't gonna conceal it. That right there with the woman emoji, the fact that she deleted the girl emoji but left the caption, you already know what it was, bro. Like we know what she was intended, and this was the night after or the morning after she woke up in Fa's bed. This was after Fa posted "Fuck Me Like You Want Me," and this was after Fa posted the ad of them and with the rings and while they were in Chiang Mai and asking her to be her girlfriend. It was after that, and I told y'all that if I used that ad, it was like that ad served like a like a double what was it? It had a dual purpose, right? It had a dual purpose. It was yes, it was an ad, but I said it would also be a very sneaky and a very cheeky way to announce that you was in a relationship. And I told you they both needed two things before they could commit to a solid relationship. One was certainty and one was security. I told you, I said Fa needed certainty. Fa needed to know that without a shadow of doubt, Charlotte could really be in a relationship with a woman. Because her telling Fa in the beginning, I've never had a girlfriend, even though I'm open to LGBTQIA love, that for a lesbian or for a woman loving woman or anybody in the queer community, that can kind of scare you off. Because you'd be like, then what if I'm just an experiment? I don't want to be an experiment or an experience. I want to be like your person. You know what I'm saying? And so, but then on the flip side of that, from Fa, Charlotte needed, or Fa needed certainty from Charlotte that, this is really, that she was really choosing Fa, and Charlotte needed security from Fa. She was like, I need to know that I'm the only one. I need to know that you're going to claim me, that you're going to name me, that you're going to, that you're not going to shame me and then blame me. Bars. She was like, no, for real, I need to know that you're going to pick me above everyone. I need to know that you're going to let everyone know that I'm the one that you're choosing. And the moment that she posted that picture, Charlotte posted this, and she been moving, and they both been moving different ever since. This was a very pivotal, everybody else may not understand or see that, but to me, this was, and this is only my opinion, this was a very pivotal moment in their transition within the last few months, if you paid attention. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
ใจแล้วก็เชื่อใจแบบมากขึ้นอะไรเงี้ยคือถ้าพูดถึงอะถ้าอยู่ที่ไทยเนี่ย
Now this is the part. Normally, when we're in Thailand, we rarely text or talk to each other in chat. In chat. I saw people were like, oh my God, it don't make sense. Why they don't talk to each other if they in a relationship? How can they make that work? She specifically said, normally when we're in Thailand, we rarely text or talk to each other in chat. Why would you text or chat with someone who you see on a regular basis? Not to mention, Fa is terrible at responding to chat and text. And it literally said on her TikTok, why am I single? And that shit literally said, you don't reply back to text. The universe, the interwebs, everybody was on her ass. They was like, bro, look. Engfa's line goes like this. 1, Charlotte. 2, Miss Bangkok. 2023. 3, other people. Facts. People change their words always. Dang, Nikki, preach the word. I'm just saying.
มีการพิมพ์ไปหาหรือว่าอะไรอย่างนี้นะแต่ถ้าเป็นอยู่ต่าง
She said, but if we went abroad or went to other provinces in Thailand and stayed in the same room, we often had some kind of conversations like this. So what she's saying is, she's saying, look, we don't talk like this through chat. We don't text each other like this. She said, but when we're in person, when we travel abroad, when we was in all the provinces in Thailand, and what she is, the other part she's leaving out is, and when we just banging around Bangkok, she was like, basically, she was like, these are the kind of conversations that we always have. And I think that's why she said, I shouldn't have said deep conversations, because they talk like this all the time. She said she changed it to detailed. And to me, that just sounds like they're discussing the specifics of what they want out of life, because they're just trying to see if they can build something together. But not even see if, but they're trying to figure out how to build what they want together. That's what that sounds like to me.
ต่างประเทศหรือว่าทุกครั้งไทยก็ได้เวลาเราได้แบบมีโอกาสไปทำงานด้วยกันต่างจังหวัดแล้วได้มีโอกาสนอนด้วยกันอะไรอย่างเงี้ยก็จะมีการพูดถึงอะไรที่มันแบบเนี้ยตลอดเวลาที่ทำให้รู้สึกว่าเราสบายใจที่แบบ
and it made me feel good. And it made me feel comfortable to have her as a good listener by my side. She's definitely a good listener. Aquariuses make great listeners, and we keep secrets very well. I got secrets I'll never tell, even from people that fell out with me. Even people I fell out with, like, well, I didn't fall out with them. I actually never fall out with anybody. They fall out with me, or I'll just stop communicating with them, and then they get tight. Which, respectfully, I get it. I did ghost you. But it says, now May Anna said, now, did she tell you how she felt? Charlotte gonna say, I don't know. Charlotte gonna say, I don't know. Hold on, y'all. Let me go get some water. How long I been sitting here? Too long. Too long. Kia said liar is what Charlotte is. Hey, man, don't be calling Charlotte no liar. She ain't no liar. She is not a liar. She just... she be avoiding the truth. I ain't gonna... I ain't gonna say she don't tell the truth, but like her and Fa do be like avoiding that shit. You know what I'm saying? They be avoiding that joint. Char didn't want to put in words for Fa. That's why she said, I don't know. Didn't deny anything. She said, and did well. Here's the thing: you can say saying I don't know does not. That's untruthful. Like, here's the thing: if Charlotte, you can say yes and then say, but Fa should be the one to answer that. Like, you can I don't know. I don't know sounds weird because Anna was like, did she tell you how she felt? That's either yes or no. I don't know means like, were you unconscious? Was she talking to you while you was in a coma? What do you mean you don't know if she told you how you felt? That's what I'm saying. Like, this is when, and that's why the LMAO, because how do you not know if she told you how she felt? Thank you so much, JC. I appreciate it. Like, love you, Nikki. Who's that? Trish, what's up, sweetheart? How you doing? I appreciate you. I came from Instagram. Thank God I saw her story. Do you think this situationship will fly with them in the long run? You know what? I don't think that they're in a situationship. That's what I keep trying to tell you. I don't think that they're in a situationship. And yes, I do think that it has the potential to be to go for the long run because they care so much. They're considerate. I think that's the reason why, despite a lot of the pressure and just the pulling and the external just like bullshit that they've had to deal with in the midst of just them trying to get to know each other in the last year, they have survived it. They can still look at each other and smile and vibe the way that they do. But the whole I don't know joint is crazy to me. That shit is hilarious. She said, look, I don't know. And Mayana was like, for example, yes, I'm also glad that I have you by my side. I'm happy with it. She was like giving her an example. She was like, I'm not saying like she confessing a love to you. She said, I'm just saying like, did she express that she was happy to have you as a listener and somebody she could walk this life with? That's it. That's all.
อยู่ใกล้ๆฉันรู้สึกโอเคมากเลยฉันรู้สึกแฮปปี้
And Charlotte says she's also happy that she can teach me and share about a lot of things with me. I think she's worried about me. We're somewhat worried about each other on some level. That's pretty self-explanatory.
ก็จะเป็นห่วงแหละคิดว่าน่าจะเป็นห่วงกันพอสมควรในประมาณนึงที่แบบก็เราก็อยากเขาเจอสิ่งดีๆ
Because we both wish the best of life for each other. Facts.
คนแบบคนสองคนที่จะคุยกันได้ทุกเรื่อง
ทำไมมีแต่คนถามว่าเสถียรหรือยัง
Mayana said, why do people keep asking, is it stable now? What does that mean? These were people that were referring, and Charlotte knew see, this is what I mean. They don't ever forget what they be saying either. This is how I know that sometimes they be just contradicting each other. They be just contradicting what they saying because they just be contradicting what they saying. And I'm saying they doing it intentionally because she knew exactly, as soon as they said, is it stable now? She knew exactly what they was referring to. She knew they was referring to the May 4th live. Look, she smiled immediately. She said it was the Bahamas, whatever. Look, that's why I call it the May 4th live because I can't even pretend to pronounce that. She said that we talked about if there'd be a chance for us to open our hearts for each other, something like that. I got to go back and watch that live again, but if I do recall, they said that the situation that where they were now, well, I guess they did say it was unstable, but where they are now is more stable. So why would that person ask the question, is it stable now? And then why would Charlotte refer to the part when they were talking about opening up their hearts to each other? Because that's not the part that they were talking about that was stable, unless she's talking about the original open up that. I don't know. I wonder why she focused on that part specifically.
จะมีการเปิดใจอะไรกันไหมอะไรอย่างเงี้ยซึ่งตัวเขาก็บอกว่าเขาก็เคยคิดที่จะ
She said something like that, and she is she referring to Fa? And she said that she did think about it. Yeah, she's referring to Fa, and she said she did think about hitting on me, but I didn't know at that moment. So she was saying, okay, Fa was saying that she wanted to hit on Charlotte, but Charlotte was unaware of Fa's intentions in that moment. Okay, I guess okay. If that's what we're going with, I think it was very clear from the very moment that they went on the very first live with each other that their feelings were not platonic. But okay, that's fine. We'll go with this.
จะจีบเราก็
You didn't know Charlotte, okay,
ก็ไม่รู้เนาะว่าเขาจะจีบแต่ด้วยความถ้าพูดตรงๆคือพออยู่ด้วยกันเยอะขึ้นเนี่ย
But to be honest, the more time we've spent together, this is the part that kind of had people up in their feelings. But to be honest, the more we spent time together, the feelings became more like ... She paused. May Anna says, "Is it already beyond that?" And but now I've seen a couple of different translations to this. Aistu AISTU _ I really trust their translation too. If I'm not mistaken, they translated this part right here to be like, "Is it beyond flirting?" Is what May Anna was asking, and basically alluding or implying maybe that's what Charlotte was about to say, that the feelings became more like whatever. And then May Anna asked, "Is it already beyond that?" And they said the interpretation or the translation I saw is that is referring to flirting. And then it says, and Charlotte says, "It felt like maybe it is. Is it like that?" And Mayana said, "Is it already beyond the word hit on?" Oh no, she said, "Is it already beyond that?" This is when Mayana talked about the flirting right here. She said, "Is it already?" And then she specified, "Is it already beyond the word hit on between you two?" Basically, is it already beyond flirting with you two? And then Charlotte says,
หรือว่า
มันเกินคำว่าจีบแล้วป่ะเธอสองคนน่ะ
ไม่รู้เหมือนน่าจะเกิน
มัน
ไป
เป็น
แล้ว
and then Charlotte says, "I don't know, maybe yes." Again, that "I don't know" is a buffer. That I don't know, maybe yes. Okay. You know if you're beyond the flirting stage with somebody. You know that. Like, right? Like, I'm not being overly critical. Like any adult. Yeah, she is straight avoiding the truth. Like any functioning adult would know that "I don't know, maybe yes" to that question. Like, you know when you're no longer in the flirting stage. You're either you get there's only two ways out of the flirting stage. You either get friend zoned or you get a boyfriend or girlfriend. Like, those are the only two ways out of the flirting stage. You either get friend zone, meaning, okay, we tried, it didn't work, so now we just kicking it. You my partner. You know what I'm saying? And that genuinely ends all romantic intentions between the two of you, or at least it should. Sometimes it don't. Sometimes one of the other two people would still be plotting, or you become girlfriend and boyfriend. So my question is, with Charlotte talking something, "I don't know, maybe yes." If it is maybe yes, then that means they are moving towards the girlfriend phase, not back towards the friend zone phase. And then Mayana says, "So she's like your partner and already a part of your life." like, yo, Anna is the GOAT. Anna says, "So then she's like your partner and already a part of your life."
ส่วนหนึ่งของชีวิตไปแล้วนะ
Charlotte, yes, she is my partner. Again, partner can be taken many different ways. I'm not implying that means girlfriend, because we know that partner can mean a lot of different ways, and especially in the Asian culture. And when I had a question to myself, like, do I really like her in the way that other people said? She said, yeah, she's my partner. She said, and I had to question myself, like, do I really like her in the way that other people said? She said, so we were...
พอเราเอ๊ะในใจเราว่าใช่ไหมหรือว่าเราชอบเขาแบบเหมือนที่คนเขาพูดกันหรือเปล่าอะไรเงี้ยเราก็เลยเหมือนมีการ
เหมือนซีรีส์
So we were, and again, And again, May Anna jumps in and says, "Is this a drama series?" Interrupting, and Charlotte goes, "It wasn't really that we opened our hearts, but we were trying to be more open to each other." So basically what she's saying is, she's saying we opened up to each other, that the intention was to open up to each other, not to necessarily open their hearts up to each other. However, opening up their hearts to each other seems to have been a side effect or a symptom of them just trying to get closer to each other and just open up to each other.
นี่เลยอ่ะ
มันไม่เชิงเปิดใจนะ แต่มันเป็นการลองเปิดโอเพนดูมากขึ้นอะไรอย่างเงี้ย แต่มันดันเป็นว่าไม่ดีกว่า
She said, but look, she said, however, it turned out to be like maybe that was not the way to go, and so she took a step back. So what she's saying is and I like that she clarified that, because she's basically saying it's not like we opened our hearts up to each other and then that didn't work and so we closed our hearts off. That's not what she's saying. She's saying we just opened up to each other, trying to get to know each other a little bit more on an intimate level, and for whatever reason that didn't go the way that we thought it should go. It said maybe that was not the way to go. She said, so I stepped back a bit. And I remember her saying that. She said, so she took a step back and she was like, now I got to reevaluate this, right? And this is basically verbatim what she said in the May 4th Live. And then she says, and when she knew, talking about Fa, how she was feeling, and then I knew how I was feeling. So it said, so basically she said, wait a minute. She said, we tried to open up to each other. That shit didn't work out. She said, so I took a step back. She said, I waited for Fa to figure out what she was feeling for me. She said she waited for me to figure out what I was feeling for her. She said, and it turned out that we are already taking care of each other in the roles that, and then she didn't finish it. And I said, they're already taking care of each other in the roles that they're in. That's what I took away from that. But I think the reason why she didn't finish that sentence was because she was afraid that people would hear that and they would say, so are they saying that they're never going to move beyond what they are now? Like they're comfortable where they are now? You know, are they just going to stay friends and da-da-da-da-da? I think that if she was implying that they were just friends, she would have said that. They have never had a problem telling us that they were just sisters or friends in the past. Why all of a sudden now have they stopped using the word sister or friend? That's the part. I think that's the part that everybody has to understand. They stopped using, yes, before they left for the US, Fa did use sister one more time. She was like, no, we're not married. It's not like that. That's my sister. Then she gets drunk on live in the US and goes, look, there's a whole bunch of different types of relationships. I don't know what to call I don't know what to call what this is. Charlotte once again saying in this live, I don't know what you would call this. I don't know how to define this. It turned out that we are already taking care of each other in the roles that we're in. I don't know how to explain this. I have no words for it. Again, I have said this. It would not be complicated if this was just friendship. It would not be complicated if this was platonic. Would they probably receive some backlash if they came out and was like, yo, no, that's not what it is? I think here's the thing. And I'll say this, right? We're going to take the Delulu hat off, put the tinfoil to the side, take a couple anti-Delulu pills, right? Everybody take a couple anti-Delulu pills before I say this, so you don't start tripping with me. So you don't start tripping on me. This is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. If they are just friends, it does not matter when they break that news. Whatever backlash they're going to receive, that's just going to come with the territory. And I think that they know that based on what they've already experienced. I will also say this, that the May 4th Live, as far as I can recall, the May 4th Live is the only time that they have sat down in the recent times and in like the present time and talked specifically about the status of their relationship. And they said a whole lot of we tried. They said a whole lot of it was unstable then, we're in a stable place now. You never know what it's going to be from day to day, moment to moment. The crush was real. we got a lot of sound bites from that day. You know what we didn't get? We didn't get this is just my sister. We didn't get that we decided to just be friends. The May 4th live would have been the perfect live for them to state that. We decided to just be friends. Do y'all honestly think, and here's my thing, do y'all honestly think that they would sell any fewer tickets if they came out and said that they were just friends? I don't think that they would, personally, because I don't think that everybody who ships Englot even ships them as a couple. I think there are a lot of people who watch them and appreciate them and don't even see them as a couple. Like, you know what I'm saying? They already think that what they do is fan service to an extent. So I don't think that they would lose the support that they think they would lose. So it makes me wonder, why do they always pussyfoot around this we don't know what it is, I don't have words to explain it, It's like, yo, either you friends or you're not. Sit down, go on live together and just go, guys, we love each other deeply, but we are just friends. Throw them cards up in the air, let them fall where they fall. People going to hate no matter what, man. And that's my thing. I said sooner rather than later. And that's my thing. It's like sooner rather than later. Just tell everybody what it is. I don't think, like I said, just same way when all that stuff broke with Jenny and Wu-Tang, I still support Jen Lisa. I'ma still show and react to videos of Jen and Lisa being flirtatious because I just enjoyed their chemistry. And this is only my opinion, but I still, to this day, I told you my gator ain't been wrong ever. And I get very strong lesbian vibes from, not even bisexual, but lesbian vibes from Jenny. But I digress. I'm not trying to throw labels on her because I don't like that. But I'm joking, but I'm not. But yeah, so เรารู้กันว่าอยู่ดูแลกันในพาร์ทที่แบบจะพูดยังไงดีพาร์ทที่มันฉันเข้าใจเลยนะมันบอกไม่ถูกเนี่ย and it's the smile to go along with it. If you were just friends, like what is that? พาร์ทที่มัน yeah. And the roles that we're, yeah. And then May Anna says, I understand. I get what you were trying to say. I'm glad you did, May Anna. And then Charlotte says, I really can't describe what kind of relationship this is. I really can't describe what kind of relationship this is. Sound familiar? Englot มันก็คือ Englot มันก็คือความสัมพันธ์แบบ Englot ที่ฟังไม่รู้ว่ามัน doesn't know what kind of relationship. I don't know how to call it. God damn, bro. It's like they're reading from a script. It's like they both wrote it. Like, I don't know what to call this. Like, we don't know what to call it either. And then May Anna says, I understand that it's the relationship that you both have good feelings towards each other. You don't have to say much. You don't have to define what kind of love this is. It's just love. It's just a love. That's it. And I love that. I love how May Anna, and I think again, that's why Charlotte was so comfortable speaking to May Anna on this topic and this subject, because May Anna, whenever Charlotte, or she felt like maybe Charlotte was feeling pressure, she backed off. She was like, you know what? You're not forced to define it. You're not forced to explain it. You don't have to. The love is the love. We can see the love. That's all that matters. And then Charlotte just concedes and says, yes, exactly. อันที่รู้สึกดีแล้วก็ไม่ต้องเล่าอะไรออกมาเยอะไม่ต้องให้พูดหรอกว่ารักแบบไหนก็คือรักก็จบรักก็คือรักไม่ต้องมาบอกว่า May Anna, love is love. You don't have to describe why or how. No need for any explanation. Everything is obvious through their actions. What I tell y'all, body language, Jenny is thugging with her rounds, literally, bro. But all I'm saying is, I told y'all that especially when it comes to Engfa and Charlotte, their body language, their actions, their behavior is going to be more important and more explanatory than their words. And I know you're gonna be like, bitch, what? And not to mention, they are both very strategic with what they say. Not Charlotte, not as much as Fa, but Fa is very, very strategic about what she says. And P-Sun and all of them have all said that she's shy when it comes to PDA and different things like that. She's a very private person. I just think that the more secure and the more time they spend together developing their relationship, I do think that we're going to see Fab be more secure, because I've seen glimpses of it, especially over the last few days and over the last half of their trip in the U.S. everybody was so. I think the reason why it seemed like people think that everything changed in the USA trip is because it went from Charlotte being openly the openly PDA one and you know initiating all the interactions to it really being Fa. But it was all happening behind the scenes or off camera, and so we weren't getting that. And so that's just what it was. But even May, I'm gonna let May Anna continue to talk because she actually talks about Fa, and I've said this before. I will continue to say this about Aquariuses, but I'm gonna let May Anna say it first.
รักแบบไหนรักยังไงล่ะคือไม่ต้องเล่าแล้วนี่ว่าพฤติกรรมที่ออกมามันออกมาชัดเจนแล้วว่า
Now this person said, "Can I ask you a question? I'd like to know, is P5 possessive of you?"
กดแล้ว
Here
ใคร
she
ส
go.
องร้อยสามสิบออเดอร์แล้ว
Here she go with Charlotte. Here go Charlotte.
ห่วงเหรอ
Being possessive as in not being worried because we already know that she's worried about you. What about being possessive as in like jealous and like overly I'm not gonna say overbearing, but you know, like just overly protective.
ห่วงอันนี้รู้แล้วว่าห่วงแต่ห่วงอ่ะห่วงไหม
Here go Charlotte.
ไม่ห่วงเลย
I really don't know. Bro, Charlotte was using I don't know in this interview the same way somebody who knows that they committed the crime goes in and says no comment. That I don't know from Charlotte is the equivalent of a no comment. It's a no comment. No comment. She said when the first one was did P5 tell you how she felt? I don't know. It didn't even make sense as a response to that, right? Then the second one was what was the second one, y'all? What was the second? I don't know. Was the second? I don't know. Oh, did P5 tell you? Did P5 tell you that she liked? So I don't know. It was something else about me. I don't know. She said I don't know again, and then here it goes again. P5 is P5 possessive of you? I don't know. Now, yes, it does seem like she's saying I don't know to all the questions where they're asking how P5 would feel, and she technically. I get how you could justify her saying, well, she don't know because she don't know how P5 really feels, like not, you know, explicitly or implicitly. No, but she can tell. She can tell. Oh no, the second question was, are they still in the flirting, or are they beyond the flirting stage? And Charlotte said, I don't know. So you don't know if I told you how she feels about you. You don't know if y'all are beyond the flirting stage, and you don't know if Charlotte or if P5 is possessive. What the hell are y'all talking about in these conversations then, Charlotte? What are y'all talking about? You don't know if she's what she feels about you or how she feels about you. You don't know if y'all have moved beyond the flirting stage, and you don't know if she's possessive of you or not. What are y'all talking about? She was trying to talk. Bro, she said she shadow boxing with the truth. Bro, she was up in this joint like bobbing and weaving out this motherfucker like rolling punches. Bro, she is literally. She meant yes. Her default setting is I don't know. Her default setting is I don't know like shit, bro. Like I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if she told me what she felt. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if we're not in the flirting stage anymore. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if she's I don't know if she's possessive. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm her girlfriend. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You gotta ask her. You gotta ask P5. She always defers to P5. But I think the reason why she does that is because she, one, it's a respect thing. Two, P5 is, for all intents and purposes, the masculine or the dominant energy in the relationship. And three, because P5 is her elder. So, and P5 should be the one to speak on it. And I think that's the problem. If Charlotte was the one that was going to make the claim on their relationship or say what they were, they would already be girlfriends right now. Now, Fa did say once before that if they had not gone to the contest, if they had not gone to the beauty pageant, that her and Charlotte will already be dating right now. To me, that tells me everything that I need to know. She said that if it had not been for the beauty pageant, her and Charlotte would already be dating right now.
ห่วงนี่พูดเลยเวลาอยู่ในกองอะไรเงี้ยเขาก็จะดูอยู่
May Anna said, May Anna went to answer this question. So after Charlotte says, well, I don't know, May Anna said, when we were shooting the series, Fa always kept an eye on you. She didn't say much, but she was always looking out for you.
จะมีแบบ ตาเขาจะมองตลอดแต่เขาก็จะไม่ได้
And we've seen clips of her doing that. She's always looking. Even when they was in Disneyland, she was where's Char? Where's Char? Like she was always looking for news.
ไม่ใช่คนที่แบบว่า
And then Charlotte says, "You have to ask her that because I have no idea. I only know that she's worried about me." Y'all, real quick. This me being petty. Y'all think Charlotte purposely saying shit like this to put Fa on the spot? Hear me out. I told y'all that Sagittarius and Aquarius are very cerebral. Every single time somebody asks Charlotte or asks Fa what they are, Fa always be like, "We're just sisters. We're nothing. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like that." Then she gets drunk and she goes, "I don't know what we are. Englot is real. Englot is real to me. Da 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 da. Blah blah blah. Whatever the case may be." What if? Hold on. Let me get my tinfoil hat. I should really get a tinfoil hat, or at least get one that says tinfoil right here. That shit would be hard, bro. We should get hat the tinfoil. I should do tinfoil beanies, and it should just be like a patch right here, and it's just like, and it looks like tinfoil material. Oh, that would be so hard. And that shit just say tinfoil. That shit would be hard. Okay, anyway, I'm thinking of new merch, guys. So anyway, I'm putting my tinfoil hat back on. What if Charlotte specifically went and did this live just to force Fa's hand? Like, girl, I'm tired of this shit, bro. At this point, people gonna talk whether we want them to talk or not. They gonna speculate whether we want them to speculate or not. They can say they both single, neither one of them are dating. Fa apparently is still dating Tina, and Charlotte's dating Yo-Yo. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what you do. Either come out and say that you're really with these people, or come out and say that you together, or come out and say that you're just friends. People gonna hate these spinning accounts, these Twitter accounts, these hating ass accounts, people that still want you to be with Peachy, people that want her to be with Shampoo, people that want her to be with Tina, people that want Charlotte to be with Yo-Yo in Japan and everybody else, child. Like, at the end of the day, like, these people are still going to be here. I say they just live their truth and, you know, stop all the bullshit. But I also understand the need to want to try to preserve any kind of form of privacy that they have. But at the end of the day, it's like, just say it so people leave you alone, bro. Like, nah, we just friends. Or, yes, we're kicking it, man. Leave us the fuck alone so we can go kick it and figure out if we really want to be this. Like, which is technically what they said in the May 4th live, but they was doing too much back and forth in him and Han.
แสดงอาการมากขนาดนั้น
So it kind of got lost in translation.
เขาจะมองหมดเลย
This is the part I was talking about earlier when I talked about May Anna. May Anna said, P-Fi is not an expressive person. How many times have I told y'all that? That's that Aquarius shit. But she's always going to be watching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where did Charlotte go? Did Charlotte go to read her script somewhere? Or what was Char doing? I'm trying to tell, I know this. I know that Fa is still very deeply, deeply entrenched in her feelings when it comes to Charlotte. I know that. But the way that Aquarius is show our interest and our love and our intention is really through our consideration, because most Aquariuses aren't considerate of anyone other than themselves. So when we are considerate of somebody and you see that we are overly considerate of that person, bro, that's definitely somebody we feeling, because Aquariuses are not considerate by nature. I don't know if you know this, but if you know an Aquarius, you know we don't give a fuck about feelings, we don't give a fuck about intentions, we don't give a fuck about opinions, we don't give a fuck about perception. We don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I only care about the opinions, the intentions, the perceptions, and the expectations of those who I care about, you know what I'm saying, or who have a heavy place in my heart. I'm trying to tell you, like, May Anna called it. I've said it before. Fa does not show it. She comes across as being indifferent. I get that. I know that we get frustrated and be like, God damn it, Fa, just like the girl's tweets or retweet something or repost a picture or do something, or just like a fucking post or something. That's just not who she is. Fa even said it herself. I'd rather talk to you in 3D. I'm the same way. There have been many people that have tried to start a conversation with me or try to get to know me through text message or messaging apps and different things like that. And it's not going to happen. It's like, I'm very organic. If we meet out in the real world, in the 3D world, you know what I'm saying, away from all these devices, and we have a connection, oh my God. But it's so hard to determine what's been manufactured these days just based on social media versus what you really feeling. And that's Charlotte talked about that too. Nikki, that's literally what I just said. I totally agree. Thank you, Erper. Engfa said once she takes care by looking and observing, don't know how to show it. She literally said that. Thank you, Ha, because Fa said that. Fa said that she was the type that likes to look from afar. And I actually have that TikTok. Somebody somebody, it was a I'm gonna wait, let me finish this. But somebody had a TikTok, and I saved that TikTok because that's literally what she said. She said, I am the type to watch from afar. And it was like all these videos. I'm talking like videos I had never even seen before. All these videos of like Fa being like dumb far in the background, but you zoom in, and wherever Charlotte is, Fa's eyes are looking and finding her. If you go back to the live that they did when they were in Seattle, their first day in Seattle, no, there was the second day in Seattle when Fa had the blue and white sweater on with the wide jeans, and Charlotte had the cute little shorts on with the boots and stuff. When Charlotte was over there filming, putting on her little like body lotion or sunscreen and taking pictures and stuff like that, Fa was doing her own photo shoot, her taking her own pictures. But if you paid attention to that live, every few minutes, man, every few minutes, she was looking. She was looking. Where's Charlotte at? That right there is what May Anna is talking about. I promise you, if Aquarius don't, an Aquarius is not checking for nobody they don't care about. That's just too much work, bruh. I barely care about the people that I care about. You don't understand how much work it takes for me to just tap into emotions of love and consideration. So the fact that I told you we're not considerate. So the fact that anybody that an Aquarius would do that with, they genuinely care. Like, genuinely care. Especially if that person's not blood, bro.
นะก็จะมอง1 2 3 4 5นะหลอดไปไหนนะสลอดไปไหนนะไปนั่งอ่านบทหรือเปล่าหรือไปทำอะไรหรือไงแต่เขาจะเป็นคนที่ไม่แสดงอาการออกมาเยอะเขาเป็นคนที่แสดงน้อยอ่ะ
You said same, Nikki. I'm not gonna get real feelings for someone. So yeah, it's hard for me to get feelings for somebody through social media. I can't, bro. I've tried it, but I'm just not that kind of person. I need organic connection, or I need a tangible thing, like an experience with you for us to start. You know how I see this I don't know thing is not just about respecting Fa. Char actually wants Engfa to say these things. Erper, yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I feel like, especially with this live, I said because she was way more forthright in this live than she's ever been. I think the only time she was ever this forthright was when she was with Fa in the May 4th live. And so I was sitting here like, as I was watching this part, I was like, well, damn. I said, she must be drinking the same shit Becky drinking. And she drinking that, you know what I'm saying? Which I call it swamp juice? I don't know. I just know she came in here and she was speaking her truth. But May Anna says, talking about Fa still, she is not the type to always express things. If she wants to do something, she'll do it and make it obvious. This is true. And this is what, and look at how Anna is talking to her. It's almost like Anna is encouraging Charlotte. Like, don't get it twisted. Fa cares about you. Fa loves you. You know that. Pay attention to what she's doing, not necessarily what she's saying or how she's performing. Because that's another thing. I think I'm a millennial, right? But the Gen Zers, I think that so much of their romantic expectations are performative. And what I mean by that is, when I was growing up, I guess we did have couple goals, but we didn't have like the social media platforms that we have today, where like as soon as couples pop up, people start tagging hashtag, couples goals, and they can start following these people and they start trending and stuff. We didn't have stuff like that. And so it's, growing up, you looking at like Charlotte comes from that era almost, and I know you're like, it's only 4 years between Fa and Charlotte, but Fa seems to act more like, Fa is a millennial though. Charlotte is a Gen Zer, if I'm not mistaken. Did I get that right? Isn't Fa considered a millennial? Because she was born in 96, and I think everything up to 96 is millennial. I think Fa was born in 96, right? 96 or 97. I don't know. I think that Fa is a millennial and Charlotte is a Gen Zer. In those 4 years, it may not seem like a big deal, but it can be a big deal. It really can, especially when you're talking about a generational gap like that. And I think because they always refer to Fa being from the prior generation. And it would make sense if Fa is a millennial and Charlotte is a Gen Zer. And Fa grew up the way I grew up, which was, we didn't express relationships like that over social media. And the first time we really tried to was MySpace and Facebook and shit like that. I got off that shit real quick. I was like, oh, I don't like this. Yeah, exactly. 95. Oh, so damn, 95. So yeah, Fa is a millennial and Charlotte is a Gen Zer. So that's another big difference. Charlotte comes from the generation where, the Gen Zers, and it's not a knock against Gen Zers, but Gen Zers are performative in their relationships. They like to show they shit. Millennials, we don't care either way. Hey, you rocking with me? I'm rocking with you. All right, cool. Like we can rock behind the scenes. Like nobody ever like I told y'all. I've said this several times. I could be in a whole 5-year relationship right now. Y'all would never even know. You would never know because I like to just keep my shit that private. Now, if I was married, I probably would put that person, you know, make that person known, but not all the time. Like you might see their face one time. No, Sting, get out of my head. I was about to say, it's like when Becky always defers to Freem when they get asked about their relationship. Right. I think so. I think it's the same thing. It's like a respect and an age thing.
แต่เวลาที่เขาทำก็ทำไม่เห็นเลยนะ
Look if I mean Charlotte eating.
แล้วถามต่อแล้วหนูห่วงพี่ทำไม
And so then the person in the back says, then can I continue my question? Are you possessive of her? And Charlotte said,
ห่วงอยู่
And Mayana said, well, it seems like she is. She's always aware when P5's closer to
การ
revealing.
ดึงกระโปรงปิดได้ตลอดอ่ะ
And then here she go again, talking some maybe yes. That's how I know that last maybe yes was an actual yes. How you gonna say maybe yes while you shaking your head? Girl, bye. Please say it louder one more time, please. Are you? And Mayana said she was like P5 and organized her skirts to make it less. See? Not you picking out her outfits. Not you. Mayana telling all that business. Not you picking out her outfits. Oh, I said I was going to get off at 2. I just looked up and saw it was 2:35. Fa is a see you at home person. She really is. But I'm the same way. I'm the same way, bro. I don't care if nobody ever know that we go together. Long as we know that we go together, bro. That's all I care about. Yeah, she waiting for Fa's reaction. Right. Hey, just got here. What's up, Ingrid? Millennial is 81 to 96. Okay, cool. Okay, so 81 to 96. That makes sense. If I'm not mistaken. And then he says, it's got to be Sting. You silly. It's okay, Nikki. Look. What's up, Kai?
ไม่เต็มปากเลย
นี่พี่ฟ้าเราก็ดึงกระโปรงพี่ฟ้าปิดแล้วก็
ห่วงไหม
ห่วงหรือห่วงนะ
ห่วงอ่ะดูออก
ห่วง
แต่ห่วง
พี่ฟ้า
ไม่เต็มปากเลย
นี่พี่ฟ้าเราก็ดึงกระโปรงพี่ฟ้าปิดแล้วก็
ห่วงไหม
And your answer is like I like old girl in the back. She like, I'm gonna get this answer. She said, and so your answer is, and then Charlotte gonna ask being worried or being possessive. She already clarified. The chick in the back already clarified. I'm not talking about being worried. We know she worries about you. We're talking about being possessive, as in jealous. Like, stop playing with us.
ห่วงหรือห่วงนะ
ห่วงอ่ะดูออก
Yeah, see, it said we can all tell that you're also worried about her. We talking about being possessive. Do you get jealous? Are you possessive? Girl? Stop
ห่วง
playing.
อ่ะหออวงอห่วง
ก็ห่วงแบบ
She said, look. Here she go. Here she go. This is what her and Fa do. It's a yes or no question. And I love that they was low-key putting the screws to her. They said it's a yes or no question. She gonna start doing that shit that Fa be doing. Fa be doing this where she was like, I feel possessive of her because I don't want her to experience bad things. She learned that from Fa. Fa started saying, she'll start explaining something, then she started finessing that joint like a pin. Like, I ain't asked you all that. I asked you what time it is, and you out here building me a motherfucking watch. I didn't ask you to build the watch. All I asked you to do was tell me what time it is. Fa is so good for that. And Charlotte is adopting that. But old girl in the back, she said, nah. She said, you ain't got to say all that. She said, if the question was, have you eaten yet? There can only be 2 answers. Yes or no, that's it. She said, so I'm going to ask you again. Are you possessive of Fa? Charlotte said, yeah.
แต่ว่าไม่อยากให้เขา
ไม่มีสถานะถามแค่นั้นแหละ
ไม่อยากให้
ถามว่ากินข้าวไหมตอบกินหรือไม่กินแค่นั้นเอง
She's like, stop playing with me.
เขาก็
And then look.
ห่วง
น่าจบ
And we know that though. Hold on, look.
ไม่อยากให้
Yes.
เขา
ไม่มี
Yes,
ส
I
ถา
am.
นะถามแค่นั้นแหละ
ไม่อยากให้
ถามว่ากินข้าวไหมตอบกินหรือไม่กินแค่นั้นเองห่วงไหม
เขาก็ห่วง
Period. She said, and that's it. The old chick in the back said, that's it. And May Anna said, yeah, that's it. May Anna, that was enough for Anna. She was like, we got it. That's
จ
it.
บแค่นี้เองแหม
จบอ่ะ
แค่นี้
ตอนนี้ขอ
And see, Anna was like, all right, we're going to end it right there. But y'all see the way Charlotte was, she was like, God damn it, they got me. The way she responded, that, God damn it, they got me. They got me. All right, y'all. That's the one though, right? Look, I appreciate Charlotte for doing this live though. I ain't gonna hold you. I do. I appreciate her. Oh, this joint right here. Hold on. This is a good clip too. This was a really good clip. So, just so you know, the translation was, does Engfa spoil you? And Charlotte says, I think yes. And she's willing to surrender to me. For example, if I want to eat a burger, she gonna follow me to eat the burger too. This is why Fa don't be doing nothing, Charlotte, because you always got her going out sad behind you. You supposed to keep, like, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to tell if your significant partner is a simp. You're not supposed to say that. She was like, yeah, not only that, first of all, everybody and their mama knows that Charlotte is spoiled when it comes to Fa. Did Fa reach for her wallet? I think I saw Charlotte. I think I saw Charlotte reach for her wallet. Time. One time, dog. One time. One time. Out of the whole USA trip, I'm pretty sure. Now that was only on video. Who knows what was going on behind the scenes? But on video, I'm saying, I only saw her reach for the joint one time. And she even said that Fa paying for everything and gave a little thumbs up like, like, you know what I'm saying? So we know she's spoiled. But she's willing to surrender to me. And we remember when they did that Royette live after the dream and the blanket ghosts and shit, when Fa couldn't remember what happened the next day, and Charlotte was like, you always surrender to me. She said she is willing to surrender to me. For example, if I want to eat the burger, she gonna follow me to eat the burger too. See? Good night, Wandita. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. They made her spoiled all the tea, and she was no lie move. Yeah, bruh. Somebody said Charlotte was Charlotte was answering questions like she was connected to a lie detector. Yo, I was weak because I was like accurate though. All right, so now you know what the script says. Let's go ahead and watch the video. It'll start again.
ถือว่ายอมนะหมายถึงว่าถ้าหนูอยากกินอะไรอยากกินเบอร์เกอร์ก็จะแบบก็จะไปกินเบอร์เกอร์
It's the slight smirk in the beginning when she started to explain it. She was like, yeah, of course, you know. She was like, I eat a burger, she eat a burger. She was like, you know what I'm saying? I want to go, she want to go. I don't want to go, she don't want to go. That's how that go. That's how that go.
People are crazy. People are crazy.